Hello, I'm Ray, and this is my Polytunnel. And if you're new to my channel, this channel is all about growing fruit and vegetables, along with flowers and DIY projects. So please subscribe. So today, we're going to do some jobs in the Polytunnel. So the Polytunnel is a bit of a jungle in July. All these plants that seem to have lots of space are now jostling for room, and it's getting quite warm and humid in here. So we've come down early in the morning, so we're now 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's a good time to do the watering as it's not so hot in this tunnel, and it's also good to do a few jobs inside. It's currently raining, so the temperature is lower this morning, so that is good. I always carry my snips in my pocket, so as I'm doing my jobs around, I'm also taking snips, taking cuttings, snipping off runners, and also taking dead heads off plants. So let's get on. So July can be one of the hottest months, but it can also be some of the wettest months. So Polytunnel is ideal for doing jobs when it's a rainy day. So every day I'm checking on my grapevine, and this is going up to the top of the beam, so I need to keep an eye on my grapes. So Fridays, I feed Fridays, and all my vegetables, tomatoes, they get a feed. So I'm cutting back any foliage that's likely to get damaged on the path. And also a daily check on if there's any runners. And as we can see here, here's one that I missed. And now it's grown into 2 stems. So we'll let them go on. Even just after 1 week, this plant has grown this massive big sucker. So I'm going to remove this as it's not needed. So once my tomato plants reach the top of this wire, then that's tall enough. So now they're going to get their tops chopped so they don't grow anymore. So if you're a regular viewer, you'll see my marigolds are too big and they're just overgrown. But they are nice, but they do need deadheading. So I'm just going to go through and deadhead the dead marigolds. But the smell is interesting. It's very, very strong. Look at them, they are nice, although they're too big. But hey. So the runner beans are going a bit tall, and they've even gone right up high, right to the top beams of the tunnel. So they need to be chopped if they don't want to go any further. Tomatoes need tasting. Find some more. Even at 6 o'clock in the morning, tomatoes taste good. So we check for pests and bugs, and so far the caterpillars are not on my brassicas, although we did have some white butterflies in the tunnel yesterday. So we have to keep checking, making sure the caterpillars are not here. We also need to harvest some more Cavallero Nero, which is at the back here. And we can harvest the basil. Once they reach 4 to 5 leaves, we can start harvesting the basil. We need to keep an eye on the seedlings, as these are getting awfully hot and they need lots of water, but they're still growing. Melons are growing mad, but there is some weeds that have come through. I don't want to pull them out because I might disturb the roots, so I'm just going to give them a chop. So a daily routine is to check. So we have to keep an eye on the melon vines as they grow long, and these can either be cut, but as we've got a melon growing here, I'm just going to wind this one around the top pole and let it grow. I'll also add a bit of string just to keep it there. So we need to keep an eye on all these vines and keep twisting them on. Some regular weeding behind needs to be done, as these are getting quite monstrous weeds, so they need to come out. So every day I come in and I smell my melons to see if they're ripe, and these we put on a flower pot to keep them off the ground so that rodents don't get them while they're sat on the ground, or they don't get damp. Also a note also to myself is to use a stronger string. This is one of the vines that came down because the string broke, and I was advised that, and I thought this string would have been strong enough, but it's not. So I'm just adding the twine for the one that came down, and then we can twist it back up again. So we need to remove these weeds as they're taking up lots of water and energy, and we don't want them in our beds. So the butternut squash has gone a bit mad, and it's come all down on my potatoes, and it's been taking my fence away from the post. So I'm going to quickly secure this back up, and then it's going to grow back up the post and not on my pot. Thank you very much. Next we take a look at the watermelon. This is the watermelon trellis. And as we can see, we've got a little tiny baby watermelon forming. So we got to keep an eye on this and keep the cucumbers away from the watermelon. So the cucumbers need road growth pruning, and there's a video of how to prune cucumbers, and I'll add a link above. But these need licking every day, and now they're getting to the tops, they will have their tops topped. We also need to keep a check on any harvest and keep harvesting, not allowing them to grow too big. So if you've watched my cucumber video, you'll see that each stem has a leaf, a tendril, a flower and a runner, and this is the runner that we don't need, and the runner will grow into another whole branch, so this one can be chopped. So remember, stem, flower, tendril, leaf, runner. So another cucumber, less crazy than the Market More one. We still need running up and pruning the same. This still needs twisting into the twine, and then once it reaches the top, it can be pruned. Any fruits that have not been taken can be removed. This sunflower was a sunflower in a pot, but that can go outside as it's not looking the most healthiest. So here we have some more runner beans. And they can be cut when they get to the top. So this is some of my Swedes, and they're probably not that far off now. One's outside, they could probably come out now. I will leave them in till next week, then they can be harvested. So my water butt needs filling, and it's a great idea having the water butt in the tunnel. Saves you going outside in the rain, and it also warms up and keeps it slightly warmer in the tunnel too. So I do need to fill that up. And we also need to look at the peas at the back here. The peas are doing okay now. They've had a struggle. I think it was too hot and lack of watering, but they're doing better now, and they could do with a bit of a harvest. So we removed the Roma, as that wasn't doing very good. So now I've put in 4 cucumbers, 2 on the left side, planted 2 weeks ago, and this is lemon cucumber, and the 2 on the right was sown 3 weeks ago, and that's apple cucumber. So it'll be interesting to see how these grow. So apart from harvesting some more tomatoes and some cucumbers, I better get on and do those jobs. So thank you very much, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, ring that bell, get notifications when I post some more. So thank you very much. Cheers.